From Crown Prince Thayazzin's 6 royal palaces to Amal Bahwan's billion-dollar business empire to Pankaj Kimji's 150-year family dynasty, some of Oman's richest kids live lives so privileged their pocket money could fund cities. In this video, we're stepping inside the extraordinary world of Oman's wealthiest heirs, each sitting on fortunes worth billions. Let's start with the most prominent name on the list: Crown Prince Thayazzin bin Haytham Al Said. Born on August 21, 1990, Thayazzin is not just the future ruler of Oman, but also serves as the country's Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth. When we talk about living a life of unimaginable privilege, Thayazzin's story reads like something out of a modern fairy tale. If fairy tales included Oxford degrees, military training at Sandhurst, and access to some of the world's most expensive toys. Picture this: while most 34-year-olds are still figuring out their career paths, Thayazzin has already been groomed for leadership through an education that cost more than most people's lifetime earnings. He earned a bachelor's degree in political science from the University of Oxford and a master's degree in history from Oxford Brookes University, institutions where annual tuition alone can exceed $60,000. But that's just the beginning of his academic journey. In 2022, he graduated from the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, the same elite institution that has trained generations of British royalty and military leaders. Imagine the networking opportunities, the connections, the sheer prestige of walking those historic halls where future kings and queens have studied. This isn't just education, it's the cultivation of a global elite mindset that opens doors most people don't even know exist. But here's where Thayazzin's life truly enters the realm of the extraordinary: his living arrangements. Most wealthy individuals might own a mansion or two, but Thayazzin has access to 6 royal palaces across Oman. The crown jewel among these is the Al Alam Palace in Muscat, rebuilt in 1972 with its iconic gold and blue facade, guarded by the historic Mirani and Jalali forts. This isn't just a residence, it's a symbol of centuries of royal power and cultural significance. And if 6 palaces in Oman weren't enough, the royal family also owns at least 9 properties in London and southern England, valued at approximately $100 million. Among these international holdings are Hazelor House, a 7-bedroom estate sprawling across 14 acres in Staffordshire, and Wanham Manor, purchased in 1980 for $35 million and featuring an 800-metre lake and deer fields. These aren't just homes, they're private kingdoms where privacy and luxury intersect in ways that redefine what it means to live well. When it comes to transportation, Thayazzin's options make first-class commercial flights look like budget travel. The Royal Flight of Oman includes a fleet that would make any aviation enthusiast weep with envy. 3 Boeing 747s, 2 Airbus A320s, a Gulfstream G550, a Lockheed Martin C130 Super Hercules, and helicopters including the $27 million Eurocopter EC-225 Super Puma II. This means that whether he's traveling for official state business or personal leisure, Thayazzin never has to worry about airport security lines, flight delays, or cramped seating. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Thayazzin's lifestyle is how it's been documented through his personal milestones, particularly his weddings. In November 2021, he married Sayyida Mayyan bint Shihab Al Said at the Al Alam Palace, with performances by Emirati singer Alam and Lebanese singer Miriam Fares. The scale of this celebration, with international stars performing at a royal palace, gives us a glimpse into the kind of events that punctuate his life. Though the couple divorced in early 2022, Thayazzin's romantic life continued to make headlines when he remarried Sayyida Aliyah bint Mohammed bin Hilal Al Busaidi on April 24, 2025, in another ceremony at the Al Alam Palace. These weddings aren't just personal celebrations, they're state events that showcase the intersection of personal wealth and national prestige. When your wedding venue is a palace guarded by centuries-old forts and international celebrities perform for your guests, you're operating in a sphere of influence that transcends typical wealth. The source of all this opulence: the royal family's wealth is derived from Oman's oil and gas revenues, which contribute 68 to 85% of government income, combined with strategic investments managed by the Oman Investment Authority, which oversees $46.6 billion in assets. This isn't just family money, it's the concentrated wealth of an entire nation's most valuable resources, managed with the sophistication of a sovereign wealth fund. But what truly sets Thayazzin apart is how his privileged upbringing has been channeled into actual responsibility. Appointed as Crown Prince in 2021 and serving as Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth since August 2020, he's not just living off inherited wealth, he's actively shaping his nation's future. His previous roles included working at the Omani Embassy in London from 2014 to 2019, and at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, providing him with diplomatic experience that money alone cannot buy. If Thayazzin is royalty by birth, then the next person on our list is royalty by empire, built not in palaces but in boardrooms. Amal Suhail Bahwan. If Crown Prince Thayazin represents the pinnacle of royal privilege, then Amal Suhail Bahwan embodies something equally remarkable: the transformation of inherited wealth into genuine business acumen and regional influence. At just 40-something years old, Amal hasn't just inherited her father's fortune, she's actively expanded it, restructured it, and turned herself into one of the most powerful businesswomen in the Middle East, as recognized by Forbes Middle East. To understand Amal's extraordinary position, we need to first grasp the sheer scale of her family's wealth. Her father, Suhail Bahwan, had a net worth estimated at $2.5 billion in 2022, making him one of Oman's richest individuals. But this isn't just money sitting in bank accounts. It's an actively managed business empire that touches virtually every aspect of life in Oman and increasingly across the Gulf region. The Suhail Bahwan Group operates as one of Oman's largest conglomerates, but what makes Amal's story particularly fascinating is how she's taken this already massive enterprise and completely reimagined its structure. Since joining the family business in 1998 and becoming vice chairperson in 2016, she has restructured the group into 7 distinct sectors: lifestyle, engineering, energy, IT, telecom, healthcare, and logistics, overseeing 11 companies. Think about what this means in practical terms. While most people her age are climbing corporate ladders, Amal is essentially running what amounts to multiple Fortune 500 companies simultaneously. Her portfolio includes Bahwan Electronics and Bahwan Healthcare Center, but her influence extends far beyond the family business. She serves as chairperson of the National Bank of Oman, Al Jazeera Steel Products, and Oman International Hospital, positions that give her influence over Oman's financial, industrial, and healthcare sectors. Her educational background provides the foundation for this remarkable business acumen. She holds both a bachelor's degree and an MBA from Sultan Qaboos University, Oman's premier educational institution. But unlike many wealthy heirs who treat their education as a formality, Amal has clearly applied every lesson learned, turning academic knowledge into real-world business success. One of the most impressive aspects of Amal's business strategy is her focus on regional expansion. In December 2023, she invested in the UAE's in-venture metal industries to enhance its facade contracting capabilities, demonstrating her strategic vision for growing beyond Oman's borders. This isn't just throwing money at investments, it's a calculated expansion into markets that complement her existing business portfolio. The recognition she's received speaks volumes about her impact. She was the first Omani woman featured on the cover of Forbes Middle East, a distinction that represents not just personal achievement, but a breaking of cultural barriers in a region where women's business leadership is still relatively rare. But what does this level of business success translate to in terms of lifestyle? While Oman's cultural emphasis on privacy limits detailed personal information, we can piece together some fascinating details. Her father owns a massive white stone villa in Muscat's upscale Kurum district, visible from her office, suggesting that Amal's personal residences match the grandeur of her business empire. When it comes to transportation, the Suhail Bahwan Group's dealerships for Nissan, Renault, and Infiniti suggest that Amal has access to the latest luxury vehicles from these brands, likely including high-end models like the Infiniti QX80 or specially customized Nissan patrol vehicles. But even more impressive is the family's air travel capabilities. Suhail Bahwan owns a Gulfstream jet, which Amal likely uses for her business travels between Oman, Saudi Arabia, and Europe. The source of the Bahwan family's wealth demonstrates the diversity of Oman's modern economy beyond just oil. The Suhail Bahwan Group is a major producer of fertilizers, manufacturing 1.3 million tons of urea annually, while also maintaining significant operations in automotive, healthcare, energy, IT, telecom, and logistics. This diversification has protected the family's wealth from the oil price volatility that affects many Gulf fortunes. What makes Amal's story particularly compelling is how she represents a new generation of Gulf business leaders who are globally minded, professionally educated, and strategically focused on sustainable growth. While Amal built an empire, her sister took the money and ran with it in a whole new direction. Hind Bahwan. Hind Bahwan represents an entirely different approach to inherited wealth, one that involves carving out her own entrepreneurial path in the rapidly evolving world of technology. As the founder of Cybertech, an IT firm, Hind embodies the entrepreneurial spirit of a new generation of Gulf business leaders who aren't content to simply manage existing family enterprises. What makes Hind's story particularly fascinating is the choice itself. When you're born into a family with a net worth estimated at $2.5 billion, you have the luxury of pursuing any career path imaginable, or no career at all. Yet Hind chose to enter one of the most competitive and rapidly changing industries in the world, information technology. This decision speaks to an entrepreneurial drive that money alone cannot instill. The technology sector in the Gulf region has exploded over the past decade, with governments across the region investing billions in digital transformation initiatives. Oman, while perhaps not as well known for its tech sector as the UAE or Saudi Arabia, has been making significant investments in digital infrastructure as part of its economic diversification strategy. This aligns with Oman's broader economic goals of reducing dependence on oil and gas revenues, creating opportunities for tech entrepreneurs like Hind to build businesses that serve both local and regional markets. Cybertech's founding represents more than just another family business venture. It's a strategic move into a sector that's becoming increasingly critical for Oman's economic future. While specific details about the company's operations remain private, due to Oman's cultural emphasis on discretion, the very fact that Hind chose to establish her own IT firm rather than simply join the existing family conglomerate suggests a level of independence and vision that's remarkable among Gulf business families. From a lifestyle perspective, Hind's choice to focus on technology likely means her daily routine looks quite different from traditional Gulf business leaders. The tech industry demands constant learning, adaptation to new trends, and often involves collaboration with international partners and clients. This probably means her work life includes virtual meetings with global technology companies, stays current with rapidly evolving software and hardware trends, and potentially involves travel to major tech hubs like Silicon Valley, London, or Singapore. Like her sister Amal, Hind likely resides in luxurious accommodations in Muscat, possibly with access to the family's prominent villa in the upscale Karoum district. Her transportation options probably include high-end vehicles from the family's dealerships representing Nissan, Renault, and Infiniti, with potential access to specially configured vehicles equipped with the latest technology for mobile work. The family's Gulfstream jet likely serves Hind's business travel needs, particularly if Cybertech operates internationally or maintains partnerships with global technology companies. The ability to travel privately becomes especially valuable in the tech industry, where confidential client data, proprietary information, and time-sensitive business opportunities often require secure, flexible travel arrangements. What's particularly intriguing about Hind's entrepreneurial path is how it positions her within the broader context of Gulf women in technology. The region has seen increasing numbers of women entering STEM fields and launching tech companies, but having the financial backing of a multi-billion-dollar family fortune creates opportunities that most entrepreneurs can only dream of. This could mean access to venture capital networks, the ability to weather early-stage losses, and the freedom to take calculated risks that might be impossible for entrepreneurs without such financial security. Her focus on technology also suggests a lifestyle that blends traditional Gulf luxury with cutting-edge innovation. This might mean homes equipped with the latest smart home technology, vehicles featuring advanced connectivity and autonomous features, and access to emerging technologies before they become commercially available. The intersection of extreme wealth and technological expertise creates possibilities for living that push the boundaries of what's currently possible. The source of funding for Cybertech, while not explicitly documented, likely draws from the diversified wealth of the Suhail Bahwan Group's operations in energy, healthcare, logistics, and other sectors. This financial foundation provides Hind with the rare luxury of building a technology company without the typical constraints of venture capital timelines, investor pressure, or the need to achieve profitability within specific timeframes. This freedom could translate into a more innovative long-term approach to technology development, potentially allowing Cybertech to work on projects that might be too risky or long-term for companies dependent on external funding. It's the kind of entrepreneurial freedom that could lead to breakthrough innovations or significant industry disruption. While Hind used her billions to shape the future of tech, the next name on our list carries 6 generations of empire where legacy, royalty, and cricket collide. Pankaj Kimji. In the world of Oman's wealthiest families, few stories are as compelling as that of Pankaj Kimji, a member of the 6th generation of one of the region's most historically significant business dynasties. The Kimji Ramdas Group boasts a remarkable 150-year history, making it not just a business empire but a living testament to entrepreneurial perseverance across multiple centuries and political upheavals. What makes Pankaj's position particularly fascinating is the unique historical context of his family's wealth. Unlike many Gulf business families whose fortunes are relatively relatively recent, tied to oil discoveries or modern economic development, the Kimji family has been building their empire since the 1870s. The Kimji Ramdas Group was established in 1870 and operates in consumer products, infrastructure, and industrial sectors, with partnerships with over 400 global brands. This longevity provides a level of business stability and international recognition that newer wealth simply cannot match. The family's story is also remarkable for its cultural significance. The prominence of the Kimji family was formally recognized by Sultan Qaboos, who granted them Omani citizenship and the title of Sheikh, an honor that speaks to their integral role in Oman's economic development. This isn't just about business success, it's about being woven into the fabric of Omani society at the highest levels. But Pankaj's story becomes even more intriguing when we examine his personal interests and how they intersect with his privileged position. As a director involved in Oman cricket, Pankaj represents the growing influence of South Asian cultural elements in Gulf society, while also demonstrating how extreme wealth can be used to support and develop sports that might otherwise struggle to find backing in the region. Cricket in Oman has grown significantly over the past decade, with the country's national team achieving increasing international recognition. Pankaj's involvement in this sport suggests a lifestyle that includes not just traditional business activities, but also significant cultural and sporting patronage. The family is known for attending international cricket matches, such as at Lord's in London, which gives us a glimpse into how their wealth enables them to follow their passions on a global scale. The scale of the Kimji business empire provides context for the level of luxury Pankaj likely enjoys. The group's partnerships with over 400 global brands suggest a business network that spans virtually every industry and continent. This kind of commercial reach typically requires extensive international travel, participation in global trade shows and business summits, and maintaining relationships with executives and decision-makers across multiple time zones and cultures. From a lifestyle perspective, this business scope likely means Pankaj's residences are equipped not just for luxury living, but for international business operations. High-end communication systems, secure meeting spaces, and accommodations for international guests would be standard features. The family likely owns luxurious residences in Muscat, positioned to serve both as private retreats and as venues for high-level business entertainment. Transportation for someone in Pankaj's position would need to accommodate both business efficiency and personal comfort. The family's business interests suggest access to high-end vehicles, possibly from global brands they represent, with vehicles likely customized for both comfort and security, given the family's prominent position in Omani society. International travel capabilities would be crucial for managing a business portfolio with global reach. While specific details about private aviation aren't publicly documented, the family's wealth and business scope suggest access to private jets or luxury travel arrangements that would enable efficient movement between Oman and major business centers worldwide. What's particularly interesting about Pankaj's position is how it reflects the evolution of immigrant business families in the Gulf. The Kimji family's journey from 19th century traders to modern business moguls with royal recognition demonstrates how entrepreneurial success, when sustained over generations, can lead to complete integration into a nation's economic and social elite. The family's cultural contributions add another dimension to their wealth. Their support for community initiatives through the KR Ishraka Foundation suggests that Pankaj's lifestyle includes not just personal luxury, but also significant philanthropic responsibility. This type of giving often involves attending charity galas, participating in community development projects, and maintaining relationships with other philanthropic families across the region. The source of the Kimji family's continuing wealth lies in their ability to adapt and diversify across multiple business cycles. Operating in consumer products, infrastructure, and industrial sectors provides resilience against economic downturns that might affect more narrowly focused businesses. This diversification strategy, maintained across 6 generations, suggests a level of business sophistication that goes far beyond simple wealth accumulation. Pankaj's cricket involvement also hints at a lifestyle that balances business obligations with personal passions. This might include maintaining cricket facilities, sponsoring teams or tournaments, traveling to major cricket venues worldwide, and networking with other cricket enthusiasts who share his level of wealth and influence. These activities create a social circle that extends beyond traditional business relationships into shared cultural interests. But while Pankaj moves between boardrooms and cricket grounds, the next family's children grow up in museums they own and resorts their family built. The Zubair family children. Among Oman's most fascinating wealthy families, the Zubair clan stands out not just for their business acumen, but for their unique combination of commercial success and cultural preservation. The Zubair Corporation, founded in 1967 by Mohammed Al-Zubair, has grown into a diversified empire that touches virtually every sector of Oman's economy, while the family simultaneously maintains one of the Gulf region's most significant private cultural institutions. The scale of the Zubair business empire provides the foundation for understanding the extraordinary privileges available to the family's children. The Zubair Corporation operates 7 distinct divisions: automotive, financial services, energy, logistics, manufacturing, hospitality, and real estate. This isn't just diversification, it's essentially owning significant portions of entire industries within Oman's economy. To put this in perspective, consider their hospitality investments alone. The family has a $180 million investment in the Shangri-La Bar Al Jisa hotel complex, one of Oman's most luxurious resort destinations. This means the Zubair children don't just have access to 5-star accommodations, they essentially own them. Imagine growing up with your family's resort as your backyard, where world-class spa services, multiple restaurants, and pristine beachfront are just part of your normal environment. But what truly sets the Zubair family apart is their cultural legacy. The family is known for maintaining the Beit Al-Zubair Museum, which houses their private collection of Omani arts and crafts. This isn't just wealthy people collecting expensive art, it's the preservation of an entire nation's cultural heritage in a private family collection. The children of this family grow up surrounded by artifacts that tell the story of Oman's history, from traditional jewelry and weapons to historic manuscripts and photographs. This cultural emphasis likely shapes their lifestyle in fascinating ways. While other wealthy children might grow up with contemporary art or modern luxury items, the Zubair children are surrounded by pieces that connect them directly to their cultural roots. Their homes probably feature traditional Omani architecture and design elements, creating living spaces that blend historical authenticity with modern comfort. The family's automotive division represents brands like Volkswagen, Chrysler, and Mitsubishi, which suggests the children have access to a diverse fleet of vehicles, from practical daily drivers to high-performance luxury models. But given their cultural interests, it wouldn't be surprising if they also maintain traditional vehicles like decorated camels for ceremonial occasions or vintage Land Rovers for desert excursions. The family's approach to wealth appears to emphasize both modern business success and traditional cultural values. This probably means the children participate in traditional Omani activities like falconry, camel racing, and dhow sailing, but with resources that allow them to pursue these activities at the highest possible level. Think custom-bred racing camels, traditionally crafted dhows with modern safety equipment, and falconry expeditions to locations around the world. Their real estate portfolio likely reflects this cultural emphasis. The family probably owns upscale residences in Muscat, possibly designed to showcase traditional Omani architecture while incorporating modern amenities. Given their museum involvement, their homes might serve as additional display spaces for cultural artifacts, creating living environments that are simultaneously private residences and cultural exhibitions. The scope of their business operations requires sophisticated travel arrangements. The family's wealth and business diversification suggest access to private jets or luxury travel arrangements that enable efficient movement between business locations and cultural sites. Their travel might include not just business trips, but also cultural expeditions to source artifacts, visit historical sites, or participate in cultural events across the Arab world. What makes the Zubair children's situation particularly interesting is how their family's cultural interests might influence their social circles and activities. They likely attend cultural events, historical exhibitions, and traditional festivals not just as observers but as sponsors and organizers. This could mean hosting international cultural delegations, participating in museum board meetings, and collaborating with cultural institutions worldwide. Their financial foundation comes from the corporation's impressive business performance. As of April 2021, the family held a 32.5% stake in Omainvest worth $206 million, representing just one component of their diversified portfolio. This level of investment sophistication suggests that the children are being educated not just in business operations, but in complex financial management and strategic investment. The manufacturing and logistics divisions of their business empire probably provide the children with insights into industrial operations that most wealthy heirs never experience. They might visit factories, tour logistics centers, and participate in operational planning meetings, giving them a more comprehensive understanding of how wealth is actually created and maintained through productive economic activity. What's particularly fascinating about the Zubair family's approach to wealth is how it combines profit-making with cultural stewardship. The children are inheriting not just money and businesses, but responsibility for preserving and promoting Omani culture for future generations. This creates a lifestyle where personal luxury is balanced with cultural obligation, where private privilege comes with public responsibility. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.